What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Sports Talk Matt. BettingPros at BettingPros. Our BetMGM offer always available. New accounts only. Not available in Nevada, but a $10 bet wins $150. New account sign up, very simple. Just enter in that promo code Juice150 when you sign up for a new account at BetMGM. Okay, so as long as the Dodgers hold here, it would be a 3-0 night. Memphis on -1, check. Red Sox under 9, easy, 3-1. And the Dodgers are up 5-1. We've got 8.5 playing with here for us with the total. Hopefully that cashes for a sweep and a 3-0 night. If not, it's a 2-1 night, but we get there. We have a winning night, but I'd rather have the 3-0 night here for us on a Friday night heading into a Saturday. Okay. I'm not going to be able to do the Discord channel conversation, the chat for Saturday morning. We're going to take the week off. Got a bunch of stuff going on. I'm going to be light today because we're going to be heavy on Sunday. There are a lot of games to bet on Sunday, a lot of NBA games to get into on Sunday. Very excited about the card coming up for the NBA on Sunday. There are no NBA games happening here today. And look, we've been good in the NBA playoffs, and this has been a big bounce back spot. In fact, let me take a look here. Where are we for the juice for the NBA on the year? I think we are finally decently into the black for the NBA. We are flat even, 47 and 46. So just a little bit up, one game over 500 for the NBA. But we were down for a ways. We were not doing well at all. And we hit another NFL bet. So that was nice. Got 2 NFL bets. We're now in 2022, by the way, in the NFL, 22-11, up 8.19 units. For us here with NFL betting in 2022. Remember that when I say, let's get to football. When I say let's get to football, I mean it. Let's get to football. But, NBA, the postseason's been pretty good to us, so I don't want to be too angry. But here's the thing. You might be kind of bored by what I'm going to do. I've got 2 baseball bets, and I have 1 combat sports parlay. I have thought about adding the UFC, and I'll be honest, I'm kicking around with the idea. I may have a live or an ad to the card if I want to get involved with the UFC coming up. The card just isn't all that great. I mean, Rob Font, whenever Rob Font fights, I think Rob Font's going to win that fight, okay? I'll be betting personally on Rob Font at -125 over Marlon Vera, over Chico Vera. But I don't know what to do. I'm not there yet to fire on it officially, so I might bet on it officially, but I don't know if I'm betting on it officially. I do have a boxing parlay that I want to give you, though. It's a +200 boxing parlay. But before we do that, let me just tell you about the 2 baseball plays. It's rinse and repeat. The Red Sox and the Orioles are horrific when it comes to scoring right now. Neither team is scoring at all. Boston is 15-6 to the under, okay? 15-6 to the under. Baltimore is 14-5-1 to the under. These teams just don't score runs. Neither team is scoring any runs. 3-1 yesterday. Number is 8. It's slightly juiced to the over, but Red Sox are throwing Nathan Eovaldi. Spencer Watkins going for the Orioles. I mean, 2.77 ERA. Watkins been pretty good. Eovaldi, 3.32 ERA. Pretty good, but his whip's kind of high. Same thing with Watkins. Whip's kind of high, but it's a Saturday night game. I don't know. Screams 4-2, one side to the other. Red Sox probably win, but I don't want to get into it. I'll just take the under. I think it's a better bet. Could be 5-1, 6-1. Just take the under. Red Sox, Orioles, under. This number may climb. Everyone's expecting these games to go over. Where's the offense? Weather's getting warmer. Red Sox are 9-12, Baltimore 6-14. Red Sox lineup is without JD Martinez. They're just not scoring runs. Just Red Sox haven't scored runs. 7-1 against the Blue Jays was good. 6-5 the loss, but 7-8-11, 8-1, and 4 for the last 6 games for the Red Sox? Give me under. Under -105 for the Red Sox and the Orioles here on a Saturday. rinse and repeat from yesterday. Same bet that I'm going here, and we're in the bottom of the 8th inning now. It's 5-1 Dodgers over the Tigers. And by the way, the don't bet a parlay will go 2-3 if this holds. So the Mariners lose 8-6. They blew the parlay because the Mets threw a 5-pitcher combined no-hitter. They won 3-0. They covered on the run line. And that number got all wonky and flipped around. It was all crazy. We were laying juice and we were catching juice. It was nuts. So if you would bet the full parlay, it turned into like a plus 1,100 parlay. Actually, it was kind of weird. But if you had bet the Phillies at plus 1.5, you lost because of that. But if you bet the 1.5 for the Mets won 3-0. Dodgers are up 5-1, 3 outs away from a win in the run line, and then the Mariners blew it. So again, 2 out of 3, which is kind of the story with the don't bet a parlay with the way things have gone. Bet 2 out of 3. I often say if you like betting the parlay, you might as well just bet all 3 bets individually because generally speaking, I go 2 and 3 on most weeks when it comes to the don't bet a parlay. But to the Dodgers, we're going right back in here, and we've got Bo Brisky going for the Tigers. Don't ask me much about him. I know nothing about him. He's 0-1 with a 5.4 ERA, but Clayton Kershaw's going for the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw's been outstanding. 3-0 with a 2.65 ERA, and with 23 Ks, 10 hits, couple of home runs. He's given up, but Kershaw's been absolutely money. Number is 8 again here for the Dodgers and the Tigers at minus 110. Once again, the Dodgers, if they win this tonight and go under, Dodgers will be 13-5-1 to the under. Detroit will be 12-7 to the under. Wash, rinse, repeat. Under 8. Going right back to it, Dodgers and the Tigers under 8 at minus 110. Both those bets for a half a unit. Red Sox, Orioles under 8. Dodgers, Tigers under 8. Minus 105, minus 110 for a half a unit. Boring, but we're trying to bet and win games, right? So I know it's the same bet, but same 2 bets cashed last night, same 2 bets hopefully cash here tonight. Now, let's talk about this boxing parlay. 2 big fights. First, this is history. We have never bet a women's boxing match before. However, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, arguably the biggest women's boxing fight ever, is tonight, okay? Huge fight. DAZN has got it in New York, Madison Square Garden, where it's going on. Taylor is 20-0 with 6 knockouts. Comes in as the undisputed lightweight champ of the world. Serrano, 42-1-1 with 30 knockouts. She has won belts in 7 divisions, and she has a 13-year pro career to get to this point, to get the big shot on the big stage. All right. The odds in this fight are interesting, okay? If you want to bet the over 8.5 rounds, it's minus 400. This fight, I believe, goes to the cards, okay? I think we're going all 10 rounds here for this fight. And because of that, I don't want to lay minus 400, okay? I'm going to parlay this with the men's fight coming up here tonight. But if you just want to bet a plus 170, you can do that if you want. Bet a plus 170 here on this. I think this is a decision for the favorite. I think Amanda Serrano wins this fight on the cards here. I think her talent, I think her grit, I think her fight, I think she does all the things that are necessary to get here. I know Katie Taylor is going to be game for this fight, but this is going to be it's on the zone. This is going to be a really interesting fight. I think you're going to have maybe some controversy here, but I think this goes to the cards. I think it's Amanda Serrano who wins this by decision at plus 170 for the first leg. You can bet that all you want by itself if you want, okay? If you want to just have a one leg, have a one side, go ahead and do that. That's totally fine if that's what you want to bet. But I'm going to try to get a little extra juice in this. I'm being a little bit greedy because I'm going to have it be the first leg and go into the second leg. And the second leg is the other big fight tonight, and that is a Oscar Valdez against Shakur Stevenson fight, which is a unification fight at the 135-pound division, which is going to be on ESPN Saturday night. Big fight. 30-0 Valdez with 23 knockouts. Stevenson is 17-0 with 9 knockouts. This is going to be an absolute awesome fight. Now, here's the question I've got. Valdez could come out and just throw bombs and try to knock out Stevenson fast and get him out of there, okay? Maybe his only path to victory. But I'm going to take the better boxer. I'm going to take the quicker man. I'm going to take a guy who I think is going to fight a smart fight He's the A side, okay? He's got the name. He's got where we are. I just think Stevenson is going to be able to do better things in the ring. And I know some people are picking Valdez. Again, if you want to get out of this and just take Serrano by decision at plus 170, that's fine. But Stevenson is a monster favorite, and oftentimes when a fighter is minus 750, I just come in and say, look, it's the odds makers know something, okay? Yes, it's boxing, and one punch in one hand can shock the world and knock everything over, but at 130 pounds, I don't really know. I know Valdez has got some power, but I just don't see it. I think Stevenson wins, maybe by knockout, most likely by decision, but you can lay the minus 750, and you can pair that with Serrano by decision at plus 200 for a half a unit, okay? That I like. I think that's a smart bet. I think it's an intelligent bet. I think it's a decent parlay to get into from a combat sports perspective, and it's plus 200. So I like playing around with this. I'm not laying 400. I like the over in the Serrano fight, minus 400, not betting that. I like Stevenson to win, minus 750, not betting that, okay? So we go a little bit with a decision. We'll go plus 170 with Serrano by decision, and Stevenson money line for a plus 200 bet here. Look, it's boxing. Crazy things can happen, but I think that's the safest of the two sides to get into here for a half a unit. Why not? Let's get into it with a little boxing parlay. First ever bet involving a female boxing fight in history. Looking forward to that. Both these fights are going to be a lot of fun coming up here tonight. Okay, 3 bets for you guys. Maybe a 4th with the UFC, depending on how I want to get involved with Rob Font. I'll have a personal bet on that, but I might make it official depending on how the day goes. Red Sox under 8 against the Orioles, minus 105. Dodgers under 8 against the Tigers at minus 110. Serrano by decision at plus 170. And Stevenson by on a money line parlay for a plus 200 parlay. All right. Again, no live chat here on a Saturday morning for us. We'll take a break and come back for the Discord bet coming up next week for that and pick that back up. I got some stuff to do on Saturday morning that's going to take me away from that. So we'll get into that, but looking forward to potentially getting involved heavily on Sunday with a big NBA card. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt each and every morning. It's Daily Juice Podcast. I was being brought to you by BetMGM.